Yo, what up? This is your boy Solo, and we're back here with another episode of Spirituality and Alignment. And we're going to talk about Jesus dying for your sin. And what does that mean? It means the spirit becoming flesh and getting lost in its animalistic natures. And what that means is our spirit, the spirit becoming flesh, it had a vision. It built a world around that vision. It became dense, and now it's building layers and layers around what it first envisioned. It's always expanding and changing, but it's building a world around it, and it's becoming physical. But it started off as, we're all doing this regardless at the same time. It's like when you have an idea of something and you like that idea, that vision, and you jump into it in that world, you'll do anything to make it happen because it feels good. And if it feels good, it becomes reality. Those waters become dense. So this is what it means when Jesus died for your sin. Jesus' death means becoming flesh. Jesus represents the masculine counterpart of the spirit. Masculine means pushing out, creating an idea, a vision, jumping into that vision, and creating a feeling around it, and an emotional tide, a vibe, which becomes vibrations, and those vibrations become fluids. It's already fluid but there's different densities of fluids, and these things become our water flow, our blood flow, our minerals, bone structures, and flesh. And it started off as as smaller spirits like bacteria, all the way up to insects, little creatures, animals, and making itself up in the evolution scale. Now, this is what it means to be sin. It's in survival mode, it's in animalistic mode, and when we are evolving up as humans, we still carry these traits of survival mode and being animalistic. Greed, narcissism, doggy world. We have a system here, and it creates a circumstance and events where we need to depend on it, and we have to survive basically. But we're not understanding the spiritual aspect of life. We're just here being forced to survive, and not really trying to understand ourselves and God and go within, because going within is meditating and understanding our spiritual counterparts that's making this happen in the first place. And people are not on that frequency timeline. So this is why they hate God, this is why they hate Jesus, because it goes against their desires, what suits the flesh. And a lot of people cannot get out of their desires, because that's what they like to do. They like to have visions about their desires. They have emotional arousement about their desires, what suits the flesh. And that leads to survival, animalistic behaviors. And spirit is deeper than that. So spirit gets tired of these things and wants to experience new things. And it's all about developing the morality to not make a dangerous world and make it retarded. So Jesus dying for your sin is not what people think it is in the Bible, like an actual person getting hanged up on the cross and dying for your sins. No, it means the spirit utilized Jesus, the masculine energy, and it got lost in its visions. It got lost in its reality, it got lost in its emotions. Emotion is internalizing your visions and becoming dense and physical. Now we all got lost, and it's up to us to, rise again and become more spiritual and develop morality, so we won't get lost in survival mode, and just build a reality that is more peaceful and suits everybody. And we have to create certain rules in politics and healthy agendas that can not create such a doggy world. And people got lost so deeply in what they care about that they got comfortable in their jobs, in their way of thinking, way of life, when that's not just, it's not what you think is going to happen. You're not going to escape from that, even if you care about these things, because that's what you're subconsciously into. That's what you have visions about. You like indulging in things that suits the flesh, and you're gonna come back here experiencing the same reality in a different spectrum, because we're all evolving anyway. So you're gonna get tired of doing the same thing over and over again, and you're gonna keep on having different ideas and concepts and visions of how to look at things differently and feel about these things, internalizing it, and it becomes your reality, it becomes dense, it becomes part of your blood flow. So it's gonna get to the point where you'll get so tired of the physical realm that you will have no choice but to go. The universe will put you in a situation where you don't understand why you're going through certain things and why you lack certain things in area in your life, and you have no choice but to go internal within and navigate like that, so you can gain those qualities without getting lost in desires, physical shit that don't matter, because we're creating these physical shit from within anyway. So it's just dumb when people get lost in it, because you are sinning. That's what it means to sin, get lost in the flesh. And it's gonna feel good, because it's gonna, when Jesus died, becoming flesh, it internalized that vision. It felt good. It was something new at first, and it became dense and heavy, because that's the route it took. Now we can become lighter bodies, lighter in spirit, and create a different world, a different reality. But that's up to people if they want to learn or not. And everybody's gonna keep coming back here, and there's gonna be a lot of destruction and bullshit, because there's just too many people who are lost. And when that time comes, it's gonna be a lot of conflict and war, because they won't know how to handle their emotions, because what their world is, how their world is from their visions, is not looking how they want supposed to. So it's gonna be a spiritual warfare for a lot of individuals when the time comes. So this is what y'all get for not listening. And this is why, catastrophic events be happening, the floods, bullshit, whatever has to happen, happens. And Yeah, I think I forgot to say something, but becoming flesh, it started, I think, yeah, I already said that, but I'm gonna say it again. Is a stimuli, is a subconscious stimuli that we got into, and it still lingers until we detach from these things. Now, we're all here because we're lost in something in the flesh. And is what you desire, what do you desire that made you here? Is it money? Is it a way of life? Is it attention? Is it drugs? Is it sex? Is it, you know, power? All of these things are human traits that we created from within, from that masculine energy. So whatever you think it's important, that you need, that you feel about, that's, you're building a world around it. And that's what everybody's doing simultaneously. And we're all creating our world around that survival mode stimuli at the same time, whatever we're developing to suit the flesh is doing that. We're all doing that at the same time. So, and people who into Bible readings and religious stuff, how are you going to explain that it's deeper than what you think? Because if you think it was a human that was on the cross and died for your sins, which is still physical, how the hell are you going to explain how that event and world was created before the flesh? Like, y'all don't have comprehension skills. Y'all are all slow. So you're internalizing it first, and it's becoming external. The spiritual aspects of yourself is the mind, not the brain. I'm talking about the mind and your emotions. You could say it's the heart, but the heart is physical. It's the astral realm. When you have dreams, you're able to astral project and have, that's what dreams is. Astral projecting, having imaginations, visions, ideas of how that sleep looks like, and how you feel about that dream is the world that you created. And that's what it is. That's our spiritual natures. And we have more chakras within us, Venus, Mars, whatever. That's up to y'all to look up to that. So I guess I'm gonna just leave it at that, and I'll catch you later. Peace.